So we're finally coming to the end of the Omicron variant nightmare. Basically, it's been 2 years since the first shutdown started. And since then, a lot of people have gotten themselves into really bad situations with their homes. They were unable to pay their mortgages. They asked for forbearances, but then the months and now the years have added up, and people are facing huge bills from their mortgage companies, and they have no idea how to deal with them. The Biden administration last year passed a law that basically gave a huge amount of money to the states that they could then distribute to homeowners who were in distress and who needed assistance. This is called the Homeowner Assistance Fund. Now, we've talked a lot about this, and I've done different episodes about HAF, and we're going to talk about a very specific thing. How do you apply for HAF? Because a lot of people still don't understand how to apply. I'm gonna go over the 4 steps on how you can apply for HAF and maybe get a lump sum of money that will help you pay back what you owe, or use it for different sources, for different reasons, that you might be able to save your home and get out of this coronavirus financial nightmare.
You know what you have always known.
So as I explained, HAF, there's an actual application process that you have to go to. If you go to the description box of this video, you can find your state link where you can go and see if you can apply for HAF. But there's 4 steps that you have to do before you can apply for HAF to be able to successfully get a HAF grant. We're gonna go over those 4 steps right now. The first thing you should do is, while you're getting everything else ready, you should ask for a reinstatement. The reinstatement is a magic word that the banks understand. It has a very specific meaning. The reinstatement means that you're asking for the bank to tell you exactly how much you owe the bank right there. Usually it's about 30 days out. That will tell you if you are within the HAF grant limit, the limits of the amount of money that you can get per the state. So it's very important that you ask for the reinstatement. It takes a few days. They'll mail it to you, and you'll be able to see exactly how much you owe and how much you can ask for from your state. The next thing you need to find out is if your bank participates. Not all banks are participating in HAF. I'm not really sure why not, but it could just be a delay. It could be that they're not aware of it. Since the states themselves are taking a long time, and each state, it depends. Most banks are national banks, and each state has a different schedule. Maybe they're waiting for more states to come online. But the big banks are all participating. Some of the smaller banks are not participating yet. But what you have to do is you should call and make sure that they are participating in HAF, so that you can then apply and get a HAF grant to pay off what you owe the bank. You would ask, why don't they want the money? It's not necessarily they don't want the money. Maybe they're just not fully on board yet. But what I've seen is if you ask, eventually they get on. The third thing you need to do is you have to get your paperwork together. Now, a lot of people panic when they see paperwork requirements. Now, most of the time, I can tell you that this is a difficult process. However, it seems like the HAF program is making it pretty easy. What you need is a mortgage statement, which is basically the last bill that you got from your bank. If you don't get physical bills, you can download it or save it to your desktop, the PDF. You're going to need to show income. So you're going to have to prove income. If you have pay stubs, usually they just want 1 pay stub or maybe 2 pay stubs. And if you have a business income, you're going to have to show a profit and loss and business bank statements to show your income. But you need to show income in order for you to qualify for HAF. I have a bunch of videos on how to do that. You can check those out in my channel, and you can see there's different strategies on how to get past the income verification language that you need in order to get your HAF grant. Now, I put down here, do it right. It's very simple. If you don't do it right, you're going to get denied. So you need to make sure that you follow exactly what the state wants from you when you're applying for the HAF program, or else you're not going to get anything. And that's really unfortunate, because it's free money, and it's out there for everybody that needs it right now who can't afford to stay in their homes. So make sure you do the paperwork right. Now, this last step is a little controversial. It's actually very controversial. People have freaked out about this and have asked me multiple questions about this. And it's a very simple answer. Now, The issue is that in order for you to apply for HAF and get any money from the state, you have to first go to your lender and apply for a loan modification or some sort of assistance that they might give. This is to weed out the people who can get government assistance other ways other than direct cash payments. So I think that's why they put this in the law. So you're going to have to first, you can do this while you're doing the first 3 steps, but you have to apply for loan modification. If the bank denies your loan modification, or if the bank gives you a loan modification you can't afford, then at that point you can go to HAF, because then you have a letter that says you're denied loan modification, or they give you a loan modification. You would have to explain to the bank that you cannot, explain to the state that you cannot afford this loan modification payment and ask for ongoing mortgage assistance. You can also, there's also other ways that maybe the state can give you money to pay down what you owe and then apply for another loan modification, which would then also lower the payment. But this is super important. If you don't do this step, they will deny you. You have to have a correspondence from your bank stating yes or no if you are able to get a loan modification. You must do that before you apply. It's part of the application process. You're going to see it. When you go onto the HAF website, they're going to ask you for that. So make sure that you apply for loan modification, and maybe the loan modification is enough. You get it, it's over, you don't need HAF. But if you're denied, then for sure immediately take that denial and submit it with your paperwork to get HAF. Or if you are not denied, but you still can't pay that loan modification, you still might have a shot with HAF, but you have to show them that you cannot afford the ongoing mortgage payments, because that's part of the law. The law states that this can be used for ongoing mortgage payments if you're unable to make those payments. So that's it for now. Thank you very much. Good luck with your HAF applications.
Let you know what you have always known.